Tables, 10 times table. We know what the multiplication is. Multiplication is adding the same number again and again. We can add the numbers as many times as we want, but it is too difficult for the bigger numbers. So, we use tables. Let us see how to create the 10 times table. To create the 10 times table, we take a group of 10 things each time. How many groups do we have? 1. That is 1 times 10. We write it as 1 multiplied by 10, which is 10. We read it as 1 tens are 10. How many groups do we have? 2. That is 2 times 10. We write it as 2 multiplied by 10, which is 20. We read it as 2 tens are 20. How many groups do we have? 3. That is 3 times 10. We write it as 3 multiplied by 10, which is 30. We read it as 3 tens are 30. How many groups do we have? 4. That is 4 times 10. We write it as 4 multiplied by 10, which is 40. We read it as 4 tens are 40. How many groups do we have? 5. That is 5 times 10. We write it as 5 multiplied by 10, which is 50. We read it as 5 tens are 50. How many groups do we have? 6. That is 6 times 10. We write it as 6 multiplied by 10, which is 60. We read it as 6 tens are 60. How many groups do we have? 7. That is 7 times 10. We write it as 7 multiplied by 10, which is 70. We read it as 7 tens are 70. How many groups do we have? 8. That is 8 times 10. We write it as 8 multiplied by 10, which is 80. We read it as 8 tens are 80. How many groups do we have? 9. That is 9 times 10. We write it as 9 multiplied by 10, which is 90. We read it as 9 tens are 90. How many groups do we have? 10. That is 10 times 10. We write it as 10 multiplied by 10, which is 100. We read it as 10 tens are 100. Let's revise the 10 times table. 1 multiplied by 10 is equal to 10. 1 tens are 10. 2 multiplied by 10 is equal to 20. 2 tens are 20. 3 multiplied by 10 is equal to 30. 3 tens are 30. 4 multiplied by 10 is equal to 40. 4 tens are 40. 5 multiplied by 10 is equal to 50. 5 tens are 50. 6 multiplied by 10 is equal to 60. 6 tens are 60. 7 multiplied by 10 is equal to 70. 7 tens are 70. 8 multiplied by 10 is equal to 80. 8 tens are 80. 9 multiplied by 10 is equal to 90. 9 tens are 90. 10 multiplied by 10 is equal to 100. 10 tens are 100.